Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of Building Remote Teams for Entrepreneurs and SMEs. And tonight we're going to be looking at effective collaborative working, and also we're going to be looking at internet security. So we're going to be looking tonight at internet security and how to share passwords safely and securely over the internet. We'll get straight on into it tonight, I think. So whether you're working with a remote team member or your virtual assistant, there are certain things that you need to be doing. So firstly, you should set up a cloud storage device. So something like Dropbox or OneDrive. If you subscribe to Office 365, then you get OneDrive free of charge with your account. It's included, and I think it's about 2 terabytes, something like that. So it's not going to cost you anything, and that's an awful lot of storage. So that's really worth doing. Or you've got iCloud, Google Drive, various different storage drives. You should have something like that set up, and then have a folder on there which is shared with your remote team, and then all the documents that you work on you would save onto that shared drive, and then you've all got access to it. When somebody then leaves the organisation, then you can just remove them from the shared drive, and then they no longer have access to it. And it's really important also that you have it as a house rule that when anybody within the team is creating any kind of document at all, they automatically save it on the cloud storage drive, not on their local machine. Because obviously if anything was to happen to them at all, then that would mean that you're not going to get access to the work that they've been doing. So that's really important as well. Have some kind of agreed file structure. So if you haven't got one already, and this area is not really your sort of area of expertise, then maybe one of your team members or your VA can actually set up the file structure, how you're going to actually store your files away, and then you can have that documented. So you could use a program like Freeform is one that we use. MindMap is another. Simple Minds is another piece of software that we use, and that allows you to create flowcharts which will indicate how you've got your files all structured. Or you could just use something simple like PowerPoint and create a PowerPoint slide that details it out. But just make sure that you have got something, you have got it documented, so that when anybody else new comes to the organisation, they know exactly where to save things, how everything is organised on your cloud storage. Give your team members and your VAs email address, which is your domain. Okay, so don't allow them to be having emails going to their personal email address or emailing out from their personal email address. Again, you need to make sure that any messages at all are going through your server, so you've got a record of any communications that are going backwards and forwards. And use a password management system such as LastPass. So there are a few of them, but we use LastPass. It is one of the most popular password management systems there. It is really important. It's good practice anyway for security that with every internet site that you go to, you have got unique individual passwords for every single site. So you should be doing that anyway. And you don't want to be writing your passwords down in a little black book somewhere. That really is not the way to be doing it. So by using a piece of software such as LastPass, then that will allow you to store all your passwords in a safe place. You don't have to remember what all of those passwords are. You only have to remember the one password, which is the password you use to log on onto LastPass. And it does allow you to save a hint as well. Again, you don't really need to write that one down, so it could be, trying to avoid the obvious like date of birth or something like that, but it might be an old telephone number that you happen to remember, or a postcode of a property, a house that you lived in, and maybe a number plate of a car that you owned in the past. So, you know, something like that, that nobody else is going to know, but it's something that's, you know, that's lodged in your memory. And then you can create a hint, such as, I don't know, Cambridge address, black Ford Cortina. Yeah, so that would prompt you as a hint, but if anybody else found that information, it's not going to mean anything to them at all. So really good practice there. LastPass will automatically generate the passwords for you for the various different sites that you go onto. It will save those passwords for you, and they're all encrypted, so very safe and secure. And then you can share those passwords with members of your team, but they never know what the password is. So although you share it with them, they can get onto the various different sites, logging on as you. So again, you're saving money by, rather than having to have multiple subscriptions in a lot of cases, they can log on as you. They can use your sites that you give them access to. And then when they leave or they move on, then all you need to do is withdraw the permission, and that's it. So very easy, safe and secure. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to I'm going to do a demonstration of LastPass. There, so hopefully you can all see my screen here. So this is the main LastPass screen. When you Google LastPass, it will take you to here. And you will see here, and there's a free account here. If you've only got one team member, then the free account is fine. You can share passwords with that one person. If you've got a team with more than one person, then you're probably going to need the premium account. It's still only £2.30 per month. And that will allow you to share your password with as many people as you like. I've been running on the premium version now for, well, since I've been using it, which is probably 3 or 4 years. So I'm sure you're going to find that one fine. Main page. So it says get free, LastPass free. What I would suggest you do is, first of all, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see here on the right-hand side, it says Get LastPass, and you've got various different buttons that you can click on. So I would pick a button based on the browser that you use. So if we were to click on Chrome, it will take you to a Chrome downloads page, and then you can just quickly install Chrome. And then what will happen is it will install on your browser an extension. So it looks like this. If you're using a different browser, that may be in a different place. I think with Safari, it's over towards the left. But with all of them, you end up with something similar to this. And then whenever you open that browser, you've got access to LastPass, and you can just click on it like that. And it says open my vault to a page where you've got all of your sites that you go to are stored. They're all stored in here. Okay, but I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail in a moment. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is how you would add a new site into LastPass. Here's a site, SurveyMonkey. I don't have an account with SurveyMonkey, so for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to create a new account. So my username, I'm going to make my username the same as my email address. So, okay, and I'll put my email in here. And then here now, you can see it's asking me to enter a password. So I'm going to click on the little wheel to the right, and LastPass has generated a password. You can see it's just a load of random letters and symbols and numbers. That's fine by me. So I'm going to click Fill Password. Just got to add my name and into those boxes, but LastPass has also now pulled up a little box to say, do you want to add this into LastPass? And yes, I do. So I'm going to go add, and that has now saved it into LastPass. So I'll just finish creating the account. There we go. And there we are. So account's created. If I go to my LastPass vault, I can type in here SurveyMonkey, and up it has up it's popped. It's as simple as that, to generate a new password and add it. So now we've done that, I'm going to now show you how you would launch a new site. Now, one thing you will find is you see it has a padlock on this one because I've only just added it, and it can take a little bit of time, not long, but maybe half an hour, for things to sync up with the server and your dashboard and everything. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to show you how to launch. I'm going to pick another site to launch from. So let's think, what should I pick here? So you can launch directly from your LastPass dashboard. So you just click the launch button, and that will take me straight into this particular account that I've got. And there we go, it's just gone straight in. So LastPass, it has the URL, it's gone to that URL, it's automatically populated the username and the password and that on it. So that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do this is I could pick a particular site. Let me think, one that I could go to here. That I'm not logged into. I don't know. I think this is my central heating system, Hive. So we'll go to this one. Might have to log out. There we go. So this has actually populated it automatically, but I've actually got 3 Hive systems. So there's 3 passes saved in LastPass. So if I don't want to go to that one, I can go to another one and click fill. Just put in that information and then click login, and then that's going to take me straight into that particular dashboard. So that's another way of launching. So now let me think. So I'll show you now how you would share. So let's see if the SurveyMonkey is all running yet. No, it's not. So let's pick another one. So let's pick the security one. So there's 2 ways of sharing. You can either click just on the 2 heads and then type in somebody's, whoever you want to share it with. So again, I can share that with Mary and her, because I've shared previously with Mary other websites, other login details, she's automatically come in. But if it's somebody you haven't shared with previously, then you'd obviously have to type their full email address into there. And then once you've done that, then you just click the share button. Now this is important here. By default, it will say the box that says allow recipient to view password, that won't be ticked. Leave it unticked, okay? So this means if that's unticked, that means that the person that receives the share, all they will see is a series of stars. They won't be able to see what the actual password is. So you just leave that as per the default. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. I will share that with her. And then I'll show you how to unshare. Oh. Makes life difficult for myself here. Discard. Right, let's try again. Okay. So now that's sent an email to her saying that I've shared this. And then if I want to unshare, then I can see here it's pending. This is somebody else here that I previously shared this one with, but I can just click the 0 button, cancel the invitation, yes. or for this person, I'm going to click that. Revoke their access. Yes, I don't want to revoke her access. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now I'm just going to show you some other good things here. So passwords on the left here, you've got this bar. So passwords we've gone through. You can also save notes of useful information in here. You can addresses, just email addresses. This is a good feature. So you can share. Sorry, not share. You can save your credit card and payment cards details into here. And then that way, if you are shopping on the internet or anything like that, you don't have to keep finding your purse or your wallet to find the card, to find the details. You can just click on there and there are the details all stored in. So this is just a drag and pass card, but all of the information, security codes, expiry date, start date, etc. Everything can be stored in there in your LastPass. Same with your bank account details. So you can save various different bank account details in there. Then finally, I'll just show you this as well. So this is emergency access. So obviously, if something was to happen to you yeah, you're no longer available, you have gone to a better place, people need to sort out your affairs. You've got all of these passwords, nobody can get into any of your sites to deal with matters. So you can nominate somebody and have them in your emergency access. And what this will do is they will get an email notifying them that they are being trusted with this information. And then if you should pop your clogs, then they can click onto LastPass and they will request access to all of your passwords. Now that will send an email to you, and you set the waiting period. So I've set mine for 3 days, you can see. So that will send an email to you. And if you don't respond to that email within the set period, then the person will get access. However, if it's somebody that is requesting access and you're still around, then you can then deny it. So it's a very good mechanism for dealing with emergencies, but also at the same time keeping your all your details safe. So there we are. I hope that has been of use to you. Do remember that if you've enjoyed that, then we are here. I'm doing these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 o'clock. So I'll be back again on Monday next week. I'll put a post up over the next couple of days. No, sorry, where are we today? Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday. So I'll put a post up tomorrow to let you know what we're going to be talking about on Friday. If you're interested in getting a VA for yourself, then please go to the website, scan the code on the left. That will take you to the website. There's a downloadable guide there, which gives lots of information on how to go about recruiting a virtual assistant. So feel free to download that. If you want to speak to me at all, if you've got any questions, and you want to have a Zoom call with me, then scan the code on the right, and that will take you to my online calendar, and you can book a call with me. If you click the notification bell on the top right-hand corner, then you will get notifications from YouTube when I'm back online again, live, and also you'll have access to obviously recorded videos and notified whenever I upload any new material at all. So please do subscribe. Please do also share with anybody else that you feel that that may be interested in what I've got to say. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for today, and look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Yes, thank you. Oh, before I go, sorry, I've got a question here. Jasmine, hi. What happens if you change a password directly on a website? Do you have to reshare again? Yes, you do, Jasmine. Yeah, you would. If you change the password, then just remove them from the old share and then reshare again with them, and that's fine. Okay. So sorry, Jasmine, I missed your question earlier. Do apologise for that. I should have gone to the Q&A session. I forgot all about it. But yeah, I will see you on Friday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.